Coming up, we have your August 2022 Las Vegas real estate market update.
Hi, I'm Steve.
And I'm Kristen.
We are the Thomas Group with Real Broker, your local Las Vegas and Henderson Realtors, here today to bring you your 2022 August real estate market update from the Dollar Loan Center. How good was that?
That was one of your best ones yet.
No, we're not at a check cashing facility, just so you know. We are at a sports complex here in Henderson, sponsored by the Dollar Loan Center, and this is where well, it's actually three teams that play here, right?
Yeah.
We've got basketball.
Yep.
Indoor football.
Yes.
Which I'm curious about. Do they play on AstroTurf or real grass? Because that's going to be hurt if you're diving on fake grass.
Yeah.
Or do they have fake grass anyway in the NFL?
I don't know. You're asking the wrong person.
Yeah, obviously I don't know anything either.
I doubt they roll out real grass in here though. But...
They might do, because they do that at the Raiders Stadium.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, so
who knows? So someone can let us know in the comments. And there's one other team, right?
Yeah, the Henderson Silver Knights, which is the...
Of course.
Yeah. It's originally built for them. It's a hockey arena for them, but they have all these other sports teams that play. And they also have concerts and different things come through. Godsmack, Alice Cooper's playing here. Also, Spy Ninjas Live, which I'm very confused what it is, but they're YouTubers, so I'm not sure if it's for kids or for adults, but
okay, sounds
they're
interesting.
also playing here. But it's really cool because we're in Green Valley Ranch, so there's tons of houses. Our agent Christina just had somebody buy a property right across the street here, so that, you can walk to this. And behind us too, they've got
the Craggy Range.
Yes, that
is that what you were going to say?
Yeah, okay. with my Michigan accent, the Craggy Range, I think, sounds a lot better when you say
they've
it.
got a sports bar and grill here, which is nice, as you might be able to see the patio outside, which is actually quite unique because, unfortunately, there aren't that many places that have outdoor seating, and some of you might be going, well, because it's 1,000,000 degrees all year round. Well, it's not really. It's only hot, for a few months of the year, and the rest of it is really, really nice to enjoy outside.
Yeah.
So if you want to come, and watch the game or just enjoy happy hour, come hang out, get some food. Yeah, and they've got some great nachos. Yeah, you can see the strip as well from the patio. So definitely come check out the Dollar Loan Center when you're in Henderson. So should we get into the market update?
Yes, let's do it. So we are going into now our second month where we have started to see price depreciation. Let's start with our single family homes and take a look and see what's going on. The median sales price for single family homes was $465,000. That's down 3.1% from the previous month. Still up 14.8% from the same time last year, and we'll still continue to see that number be up year over year for a while, because even though we're seeing decreases, we had such a massive appreciation over the past year that
it's good that things are leveling out.
Yes.
And people just aren't paying the premium prices that they were, and now there's definitely a lot more leverage from buyers,
100%.
and we'll talk about where it's important, to know where you've got the leverage shortly. Not huge, big drops. I saw another fellow real estate agent creating a video on YouTube recently, and I don't agree with this fear mongering and selling into fear, because the title of the video was "Real estate in Las Vegas has dropped 40%," and
so
when you read this sort of like clickbait headlines, or you don't read it, you might just the uneducated person might take it for what it is, right? But then when you watch the video, you look at the metrics, and they talk about how we've got 40% less sales at this time of year than we did last time of year, and that's true. But we were also in a very, very different period. Right? So it's not like an English expression for you, the arse has fallen out. People are still selling homes and people are still buying homes, but it's just balancing out right now.
It is, yeah. And it's nice to see that comps, like the comparable sales when you are buying a house, actually matter. We went through a period where it was like...
Well, it was because everyone was waiving the appraisals.
Yeah.
If you were buying a house months ago, you had to waive your appraisals. You had to guarantee the purchase price regardless of what it appraised for. So you're absolutely right. It is nice to see that. But it's very, very important to know exactly where you're shopping or where you're selling your home, and we'll talk about that soon.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, there were 2,066 single-family homes sold last month, down 22.6% from the previous month and down 38.4% from the same time last year, which is where that other agent got that drastic number. So yeah, we are seeing a large decrease. Interestingly enough, I can tell you personally from everybody that's reaching out to us, when those interest rates jumped up really high, way faster than everyone thought, we 100% saw a decrease in the demand in people that were reaching out to us looking to buy. Now the interest rates have stabilized a little bit, come down a little bit. We are seeing that demand start to pick up again. Obviously nowhere near what we were seeing in 2020, but the demand is picking up again.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were just very hesitant, as well, not only because of the interest rates, right, but just uncertainty, right, not knowing what's about to happen.
Right.
So people just, put their foot on the brake because purchasing a home is, arguably the biggest decision a lot of people ever make in their lives. So understandably so, people put the brakes on. But what's was fascinating for me was when the federal rate increased their benchmark, it actually had the opposite effect on mortgage rates than we anticipated because the prices actually fell.
Right.
And they didn't keep going up. And we were forecasting that if rates kept increasing at the rate that they were going, we would be in a very different place.
Yes.
But as you rightly say, that not happening and that rates decreasing and a little bit of the fear kind of falling away,
right,
is bringing people back into the market.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Go on. No, go on.
And for now, I mean, the rates stabilized for now. Do we expect them to stay this low? I certainly don't. But the whole point, the reason why the Fed is doing this is we are pushing back against inflation, which is still happening, and they want to slow things down.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But I think they've done a pretty good job. I don't think the rates need to go up any higher than they are.
Yeah.
I saw a video from David, our mortgage lender, that said he doesn't anticipate them hitting the 6% mark again this year. Again,
he's a smart guy.
He's a smart guy. No one's got a crystal ball, but these are just kind of little glimpses, right, into the future. Do you have the pending sales?
I have the pending sales, which are a really good way to give a sneak peek into the closings that we're going to see next month. These are the houses that will, be closing this month. Our pending sales are down 10% from last month. So they're still, the demand is still slowing down, but the slowdown is slowing down,
right,
if that makes sense, because our previous pending sales were down 15%. So hopefully the slowdown gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and we'll start to see the market
and next month it'll be 5%.
Yeah, exactly. So again, for all of these things, just stay tuned, subscribe to our channel, and we'll continue to update you with the facts and our opinion on everything every month. Let's look at the inventory. There were 7,331 single family homes available for sale, up 27.6% from the previous month and up 143.8% from the same time last year. So we are really, really seeing that inventory spike. And that's why, we came up with the video, was it 2 months ago probably, that we were saying like, hey, if you want to sell your home,
this is like the best time. Yeah.
And I mean, still, that inventory is just going to keep going up. And so that makes, there's going to be more and more competition for those of you that are selling your homes. Great for you buyers, though.
Yeah, and can I just kind of piggyback off of that? Because I was actually researching all of the different communities throughout the whole of the valley and trying to gauge an understanding of where the inventory is, maybe where's the demand, where's it falling off. And it's actually quite interesting. So I've got a bunch of popular communities for you, and if the community that you might be living in or shopping in isn't mentioned, reach out to us and we'll let you know what the demand looks like in that area. But I thought it would be interesting for you if I can just share a couple of these examples just to kind of put it into perspective. For those of you that might be watching our channel for the first time, inventory. Whenever we've got around about 6 months of inventory, that is supposed to neither favor the buyer nor the seller. It's like dead bang in the middle, balance market. Now that balancing kind of shifts from a seller's market into a buyer's market from around about 3 to 4 months into the 6 month period. Okay, so anything less than 6 months generally is favoring the seller.
Yep.
Anything over 6 months is favoring the buyer.
And before you get into that, just to give you an idea, the entire Las Vegas Valley right now for single family homes is sitting at 3.5 months of inventory. So we're starting to get into the balanced market. But like Steve said, it totally depends on your neighborhood.
Yeah, and this is why it's important to work with people that actually understand this in great detail, because to somebody that's not an expert, they would look at the months of inventory in the market as being what it is, 3 months of inventory. Mm-hmm. But if you're someone that's selling in Sky Canyon right now, right now in Sky Canyon, there is 9 months of inventory.
Wow.
So that has dramatically shifted from a buyer's market, from a seller's market into a buyer's market.
That happened very quickly. We just had some clients close in there, and it was extremely competitive, 5 months ago.
Yeah,
wow.
I think Sky Canyon, for those of you who might not be aware, it's in the northwest hand part of the valley. It's really nice. It's a newer master plan community up there, and one of the reasons I feel that, and I'm just speculating, that maybe a lot more inventory became available is because home buyers, when they purchased 4 or 5 years ago, when that was all being developed and built out, they got incredible price points. Then they've all been seeing the homes in their neighborhood selling for incredible price points, and they think, we've got a ton of equity, let's take it, upsize, downsize, move somewhere else, whatever it is. But I think places like that actually are going to see the greatest spike in inventory.
Such a good point. And there's still new home builders. So the new home builders, which I want to get into some of that in a little bit too, but they have all this quick move inventory that is coming on the market as well. So all of those people that you're talking about are also competing for the quick move inventory. But honestly, it's such a good community, and if you are shopping in Summerlin and getting frustrated with what you're seeing there, definitely recommend you check out Sky Canyon.
Loads of brand new little parks and stuff up there. It's real nice. So Sky Canyon as an example. Here's another one that's a couple that surprised me that I've got that are now a buyer's market. Seven Hills.
Okay, that's higher end, so I can.
Yeah, it does make a lot more sense. But in terms of perspective, the Ridges in Summerlin is also high end, but that's got over 46 months of inventory.
Wow.
So definitely a buyer's market in that luxury market. But we've got Seven Hills with 8 months of inventory. Cadence in Henderson also 8 months of inventory.
Lots of new build up in Cadence.
Rhodes Ranch and Southern Highlands have both got 7 months of inventory.
Wow.
Both buyer's markets there. We've got Desert Shores and Summerlin. Now at 6 months. Now this is the thing again, right? Like, we're talking about going from looking at the macro perspective to a micro perspective, and now we're going like super micro, because Summerlin now has villages inside of Summerlin, which might be a buyer's market or a
Summerlin North is completely different than like Mesa Ridge. So
you've really got to know where the inventory is. Was basically my point in why I'm sharing this with you, because if you're a buyer, you're gonna want to know that, so that you can be aggressive and you can use all of the other properties as leverage. If you're a seller, you need to know that so that we can market your home correctly. If you're interested in buying or selling, we offer free consultations, and if you're thinking about selling here in town, reach out to us and we can actually share with you how we can help you sell your home for free.
We're talking about, when we talk about Sky Canyon, the new build inventory that's coming on, and that is something that I wanted to touch on. If you are looking for a new construction home and you don't mind the fact that you don't need to customize it exactly how you want, now is your time to buy. So all of the builders, because they were trying to keep up with all the demand, they started building all this quick move product. So they had all these houses under construction ready to go. People were signing contracts for them, boom, boom. Well, 2-3 months ago, the market really slowed down, and the builders are dying to get these quick move homes off the books.
Yeah, I mean they're already pot committed, right? They've spent the money on building the house, and they need to take the cash out.
We are having clients that are getting these quick move homes for less than just the base price. They're getting this whole entire package,
including the lot as well.
The lot, the upgrades, everything, for less than the base price if you were to go in and buy new. and we can negotiate for you. It's a really
just saying that they're not advertising that. You need to be working with a pro like Kristen in order to be able to do that.
Yeah, I've got good relationships with all of the builder reps in town. I'm super passionate about it. I love helping people find their new construction homes. So if you are looking into something like that, if you think you might be interested, reach out. I can send you some of the inventory that is available in the Valley, and again, some incredible opportunities. So. Yeah. All right, let's get into the condo and townhome numbers really quick, and then stick around, or you can look at the chapters at the bottom. At the end, I do want to talk about something really exciting with short-term rentals that's happening. So we will get to that momentarily. So condo and townhome units, the median sales price was $271,800. That's down 2.9% from the previous month, about the same as single family, and up still 21.2% from the same time last year. We saw those condo and townhomes have a huge appreciation, even greater than single family, in the last 6 months, because people were just getting priced out of single family. So there were 606 units sold, down 17.7% from the previous month, down 30.6% from the same time last year. Very similar to single family. The inventory, there were 1,618 units available for sale, up 20.7% from the same time last year, which is not quite as a dramatic increase as we've seen in the single family, up 144% from the previous year. Very last item then is the months of inventory, and we are sitting at 2.7, which is just slightly still favoring the seller. So just again, because it's an affordability issue right now, even with interest rates having come down a little bit, people that really did want to buy a single family home, some of them are getting priced out, so they're opening up their searches to condos and townhomes.
Yeah, and the same thing will apply, guys, with single families and townhomes and condos. It's going to be specific, right?
Absolutely.
Relevant to where you're looking. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So then very last thing that we wanted to touch on today that I'm super excited to share with you is the short-term rentals. So it's very, very confusing and kind of all over the place in the Las Vegas metro area. Overall, it is not very short-term Airbnb, VRBO friendly around here. The
hotels have locked that down real quick.
Yes,
with the lobbyists and stuff. Yeah.
They have, and over time, different cities have allowed them with different restrictions. Right now, they are technically allowed in North Las Vegas and Henderson, and in some with restrictions in Las Vegas. But what you may not know is what we all think of as Las Vegas, most of that actually isn't the city of Las Vegas, even though it has a Las Vegas mailing address. A lot of these areas, like big chunks of the Southwest, what you see on Google Maps is like Enterprise, Paradise, Whitney, parts of Summerlin even, are they're called unincorporated towns. And so these were subject to a whole different set of rules. And right now, if you reached out to me and you said, Kristen, I want to do an Airbnb in Las Vegas, I'd tell you, look, it's impossible. The rules are that they have to be a certain distance from a current Airbnb, and then where they're allowed, I'm telling you, it is impossible to find. You can't find a unit to rent within 660 feet, greater than 660 feet from a current rental. But the laws are changing in this unincorporated part, so the Paradise, the Southwest part. The laws are changing where they're going to be allowing short-term rentals, but you've got to get in line to get one of the very few licenses. So if you currently own property in the Southwest, or you're thinking about buying soon, there's a whole lot more that goes into it. Feel free to reach out if you do want any guidance. Steve has a whole Airbnb business in Scotland, so we are knowledgeable on it. But if you're interested in getting into this, get on the list at clarkcounty.gov, I believe, and you might have the opportunity to have a really big cash cow in your hands. Yeah.
I mean, depending on, well, there's a lot of factors.
Many factors.
If you're interested in learning more, reach out to us, and we'd love to discuss more how we can help you.
Yeah, wonderful. That's all I have.
Well, awesome. Well, and for me as well, if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, really appreciate it if you do so. That way you can keep up to date on, of course, everything that's happening in the Las Vegas real estate market, but our team does a great job of educating you on what it's like living here in town with all cool places to go, eat, visit, and drink, and party and play. But for now, thank you again for watching, and we'll see you again.